photo I have though?
Refreshing.
Yeah, I'm refreshing the bobber.
Yeah.
Right now I see Fiora on your page.
You see Fiora on my page? What?
Yes.
Well, that's the video
Okay, now
that
I
plays
see it.
automatically. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's coming up now. I'm gonna reload it one more time. No, it still says offline. Why?
I see.
It says live for me. Yay!
Okay, mine's just being slow then. Please hold while your party is reached. Wait, I'm seeing things. I see things! Yay!
I am not blind! Woohoo!
I see colored ponies.
Yay!
I see ponies. Ponies and a bird. A pretty bird.
A pretty bird. Did you like the I don't know what to call. I don't know what it's called in English, but you know the weather hand you have on the top of the barn.
Oh yes, the
Weather
yes, I
man.
was, and yet I don't have a mane. The irony. Actually, I guess it would be if it were a horse, it'd be a weather mane. Irony.
Yes.
But either way, I think the wind's going that way.
Yep.
Hold on. I gotta tweet this. Okay.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, give me a second while I tweet.
Yeah, go have fun.
There we go. Tweeted.
Workaholics.
Workaholics therapy session. That's I should have called it that. No, like I'm actually a certified therapist, so
Nice.
could have worked.
Oh.
So it all started when I was born.
Yeah, okay. How?
I got too many problems. I don't think it'd be kosher for the stream.
Not safe for kids.
It's not safe for. It's not safe for
It's not safe for Bliss. Yeah.
I was born at a very young age.
Det var det. Det hadde jeg aldri trodd. Sorry, Norwegian. Brain, go to English. Oh, you say that? I would never have thought so.
Yes, I woke up to the world early in the morning, and someone smacked my bottom, and that's how I became a night owl.
Uff da. Ja.
Legit.
Flott det.
I came out cross-eyed, and that's why I'm a goofball.
I mean, my mom was actually being prepped for a C-section, so I was literally lazy before I was born.
Yeah.
I was like, fine. I had to be induced, and even then I wouldn't come out until they were prepping her for surgery. And I'm like, all right, I'm coming.
I want to hear how I was born.
Sure.
Yeah, 6 o'clock in the morning. My mother thought she needed to go to the bathroom. No. When she sat down to the bathroom, she felt a head popping out. Almost.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Yeah,
my goodness.
That's a pain tolerance I want.
Yeah, so I was almost born in the toilet or in the car. But I was just like, I'm getting out now.
See, the opposite of where I was.
Yeah, I didn't have time for rating. I was just like, I'm coming.
Like, I've decided to... Oh! No, so go ahead.
Oh, okay. So I'm the third oldest, and my second older sister who came out, she came out too quick. And it was very painful for my mother, so my mom was taking no chances with me.
Fair.
So hooked up on all those painkillers she did, and that's why I came out cross-eyed.
On time.
It's okay. I turned out okay in the end. Maybe.
Yes, you did.
Maybe,
Lacey.
possibly. Jury is still out on that, but
You're still out.
Well, you're here, you're creating awesome stuff, and you are a very nice person. So I think you turned out really well.
Lies and slander!
And you're infinitely shippable.
Exactly.
I don't know about that. I don't share people. I don't know about that.
Where's my minigun? I'm gonna look for that. Where's my minigun? I got my
Accept the
dude flag.
compliment.
No. Lightning Bliss,
I
I'm
found the
very
dude flag.
sorry.
Does that count?
I'm very sorry. No shooting the pretty birdie. No shooting anyone on my streams.
shooting birdie.
Okay. Is the Doom flag okay?
Yeah, the Doom flag is okay. You can smash the Doom flag in front of him if you want to, but don't harm him.
Smack.
Oh, just-
Smack.
oh, I'm dizzy.
Oh no. Yeah, if anyone in chat has any questions, you are of course free to ask.
So far, the chat is saying hi.
Dun, dun, dun.
Hello. Do.
Hello, Carol Nakat, 97. Good to see you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Welcome.
I probably should have. I can't English. I need some water.
More people.
Yes.
Oh yes,
Probably.
we were talking as this stream started that Bliss is not exactly following the 621 rule. Where's Doc?
No, okay, first off,
she is having a mental break. She is taking care of herself. She is now drinking and eating because she did bring snacks and water. I hope it's water. You are of course allowed to drink other stuff too. So
I will have you know I had 2 cups of coffee and Aeon bought me lunch.
Yay!
Okay, but you realize the cups of coffee, despite how many calories are probably in them, don't quite count as a meal.
Not a meal.
Says who?
Wait, what was the coffee like? Black or mixed with creams or a little bit of sweetness? I don't know.
Pumpkin spice cream.
Yeah, but see, that just makes it a dessert. That's not like a nutritional meal.
I was thinking
Don't get me wrong. Go for it.
I started drinking coffee because I have like early morning, got to get to work, and I truly am not a morning person. So I tried this stuff, cold brew. It's like, this is liquid hatred.
What, pumpkin spice?
Ouch!
No, it's black.
Oh, black coffee. Oh, you poor soul.
It's black. It's black as Edgar Allan Poe dipped in tar and thrown down a coal mine.
And here I'm sitting with the non-coffee drinker of the group, I presume.
I don't think Sweetie drinks coffee.
I drink it rarely. I do every once in a while. Usually if I haven't had a lot of sleep or it's Christmas and I want my eggnog latte, gosh darn it.
Fair.
But yeah, my dad would drink his coffee black, but the rest of us are like, no, I want enough creamer in there where it's my skin tone, basically, by the time it's done. I don't want it tasting anything like coffee.
So like me.
Mm-hmm.
I never developed a palate for this stuff. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
the bitterness of the world is upon me.
No, poor birdie.
Well, you've never had, like, burnt coffee. Burnt black coffee is the worst. When I would go camping with my dad, he'd make coffee over an open fire, and of course the bottom was burned and it was awful. And of course he didn't bring creamer because why does one do that?
It sounds
No,
like
I was 13 when I was introduced to coffee. 13. My grandfather, he drinks it every morning. I liked the smell of it as a kid, but I didn't like the taste because it was like the first time I tried it. I guess when I was really young, it was black, and I was like, why would anyone drink this? This is really for adults. Yuck. But then one morning when we were visiting, he had a cup with him, and he poured a sweet vanilla hazelnut cream, which they don't make anymore. That makes me sad. And then he asked me, have you tried coffee with this before? And I said, I don't like it. I don't like coffee. It's for adults. And he's like, give it one shot. Oh. So I did. And I'm like, what is this amazing sweet stuff in the coffee?
Mm-hmm.
Sliver Quill, you have a touching comment to you.
Oh, yes. I've seen...
Yeah, sorry.
Trillo?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I botched these screen names so terribly. I'm sorry. Nepatrio. By the way, you were my first MLP YouTuber I ever saw, just to let you know, and your videos have taught me that it's okay for boys to like MLP as well. So thank you. Oh, well. Thank you, Trillo. That means a lot. I love hearing that my videos had a positive impact on people.
Mm-hmm.
And good job translating what was probably autocorrect, changing MLP to MOP. I was like, you're a mop YouTube?
Okay, well, here I will tell you the greatest dictation snafu I've experienced recently.
Oh, this gotta be fun.
Snafu?
Snafu. Oh, situation all fritzed up.
Ah, okay.
It's military acronym, even though I've not served. I was talking with my friend last weekend, and I was complaining. I complained about this in my stream last night, so Sweetie may be familiar. I had a horrible experience playing Destiny last weekend in the Iron Banner. But I told my friend, at least I got these bounties that are part of the game. I had met the bounties requirements. I got my bounties. So dictation decides to say that I got my panties.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And I don't catch this in time, so I tell my friend, "Hey, I got panties." And I see that line, and I thought, well, my friend just changed his opinion of me.
It's like, how do you come back from that?
You just play it off that you're a stud. I mean, come on now.
But I swear, auto dictation, as like, how did you get that mixed up? Bounties, panties. They don't sound alike.
I think it states more of what your phone thinks of you than anything else.
Stop judging me, Apple. Don't keep shaming me, bro.
That's kind of like I'm at the point where my phone autocorrects shop to ship, you know, and I'm just like, look, you're usually right, but in this instance.
Oh gosh.
Well, great. Now apparently my phone thinks I'm Nappa. Oh yeah, Vegeta. We gotta wish for panties.
We have a question in chat. How are you all doing? Okay, Kate. So how are you all doing during the quarantine? Are you all doing well? Also, I hope this ends in 2021 or 2021.
Here's open.
Well, I don't want to go into too many details, but it's not. Yeah, I'm gonna say, unfortunately, this year is in my top 3 worst years of my life. But hey, at least I can laugh about it, I guess, kind of. And yes, I am deeply hoping that it will end soon, because it's not really just been affecting me on a, like, all things considering, I don't want to jinx it, but there's always that famous last saying that it could always be worse. Very true. And I am grateful that, like, I still have a roof over my head and clothes and still able to make a living. I can't say the same for most people. But I noticed more than anything, it's probably been one of the hardest years to go through, because I'm seeing a lot of my friends going through a lot of trials. Is that the word? Struggles. There we go. Struggles. That's the term.
Sweetie, how about you?
Yeah, I'd say it's going actually pretty okay for me personally. You know, my job is one that you have to be there for, so I get the joy of, you know, having to travel to work. My job's not at risk, you know, and there was a brief moment there where I got hazard pay and then they took it away from us, but it was nice having those extra $2 an hour. So yeah, in general, for me personally, it's going well. Similarly with Bliss, though, of course, a lot of the people around me, not so much, but for me personally, I can't complain.
Oh, well, I certainly can't complain. This year,
well, okay. I can't complain that I haven't gotten to hug you guys. I had myself scheduled for 4 silver hugs, and I didn't get any of them.
I can't mail them without ripping my arms off.
Well, at least you don't have to go to the other side of the globe.
We're all in the same boat here.
Yeah. Are we though? Because I'm basically on the other side of the globe. Sorry. Yeah. So at least you all are on the same continent.
True.
Until California splits and falls into the ocean, then it's anyone's guess.
True.
What would happen if California actually did become its own continent?
Well, America would still claim it. I mean, it'd be just Hawaii Part 2.
Ah.
True.
To go hang with Hawaii, Alaska can come too. The end.
I am so glad I'm not the only one who remembers that.
Now, I will agree with Blissy that this year is definitely bottom 3. How do I put this? This year started, I got a new job, and I was like, "Whoa, this will be an experience." You know, ups and downs. And not only am I dealing with the ups and downs of new employment and learning the system, then suddenly there's a quarantine.
Yay!
Huzzah! I am so glad for healthcare right now. And I know a lot of Americans are facing not having that in this time, and I'm just like, oh, I'm lucky. In a bad situation, I'm still lucky. But I haven't gotten to see friends. I've had to. Some of my friends don't practice social distancing when they're together, and so I've had to really. I have a 78-year-old mom and a slightly younger dad, and I see them on weekends, and I can't get with the group right now. I can't, and that feels really, really awkward. And then I've enjoyed the online conventions. My mad props to Midair Pony Fest, and Pony Fest Online, which I believe is going on right now.
Yes, indeed it is.
And Winnie City.
Is that happening now? I thought that was in the end of October.
That I believe is Cider Fest.
Oh,
yeah, it's Cider Fest.
Okay, my bad.
But Winnie City, they did a thing, and it was very good. But nothing will substitute for getting to see people in person and having the real hugs and saying hello, yes. and giving Bliss like shipping art and making her really embarrassed. And then she makes like this really awesome revenge video, and it's fun, so I do it again.
I miss doing those, by the way, so you need to hit me.
Oh, hit me with your best shot.
Hit me with your best shot.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why I don't sing.
You're not that bad.
You sing fine. Yeah, you're fine.
Oh, I wasn't that bad. Oh, here, I can make it worse.
Oh.
No.
Oh, the tulips.
I was actually wondering, how is your voice when you are relaxed? Like, what is your default singing voice?
Oh, don't lie. Don't lie, man.
No, like, I have very odd ears, so it's very easy for me to hear if your voice can fit to a certain genre of music, but I'm not good to hear if you're hitting the notes or if me myself is hitting the notes, which is also why I was really grateful to get help from Forest Rain, Fiora, and all the others when I did the music cover for them. So
nice.
If you think you're brave enough, do you think you can a song you feel comfortable singing? Just a few lines.
Honestly, I know I'm not much of a singer. I have not had lessons. I've not had much training.
You don't have to have lessons to be able to get out your normal voice. Like things you sing in the car, things like, I don't know, some people have very good voices for country or blues. Some has for jazz, but not for blues, which is kind of weird since they're so similar. But the actual difference is the speed of it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in my case, I've been told I have a face for radio.
Oh, shush.
We were not talking about your pretty face right now. We were talking about your voice.
Which is also pretty, but that's not the point.
The voice matches the face. Let's just leave it. Let's go there.
Well, then you have nothing to worry about.
They're both gorgeous then.
See, I mostly remember probably the closest I came to singing was when I had to do a modern Major General. Except was it? I have information categorical and no, I can't even remember the lyrics.
I made you sing on my channel.
Yes, I appreciate that, but I think everyone kind of agreed that was better as a one-time deal.
Yeah, that was a one-time deal, and I felt bad, making you do it.
You didn't make me do it. I agreed to do it.
That's true. But then I realized, oh, this is what he meant by he doesn't sing very often. Oh, yeah. I hope it didn't embarrass you or anything.
It's simply a matter, I think is what she was saying, is there's simply a matter of finding a song that's in your range.
Yeah.
Like, I do have a lot of training under my belt, but I assure you there are songs that I would butcher. You know, like a high soprano song, no thank you. But things more in the alto range, that's more my speed.
No, I see. I can do an alto. I just need a hammer and a couple hours of privacy.
But from what I can hear, you are close to a bass type of voice, and you have that smooth, what I would call the old honey voice, which normally would fit very well to. Yeah, I think it would fit very well to country songs.
Oh, but I'm not that patriotic.
You don't have to.
I'm singing about America.
Not all country songs are patriotic. Most of them are depressing as heck.
Yeah, when you really think about it.
Yeah, when you listen to a lot of songs, like the lyrics of country songs, you start crying. Like, it's like, oh God.
Does that make it stop? Oh yeah.
Just watched Old Yeller.
That's true.
That's a dog, right?
Yes.
Yep.
It's a Disney movie. Well, it was a book that became a Disney movie. Yeah.
Technically, it's a coming-of-age story that involves a dog.
Yes.
And
Here, Yeller, come back, Yeller, best dog on dog in the West.
So it's like Lassie?
No.
Well, it doesn't have a very happy. It notoriously doesn't have the happiest of endings.
Oh.
Let's just say that a theme towards the end of the film is about processing grief. So yeah. So not quite Lassie in that sense. But more on like Lion King.
I just finished recording the part about Buddy in Fiora's books. I'm just like,
oh,
Buddy was my favorite character.
Was.
Oh.
Spoilers.
Yeah, it's very early in the very first book, so yeah. If you want to find out what happened to him, you can go and take a looky-loo.
But it's a classic rule of literature that if there's a pet, don't get attached. It's
which is
you're saying that while having 3 very easy attachable to animal females in the group.
Yeah, but I mean that's the thing I acknowledge, like, whenever I go into a movie that, like, has a dog on the cover, like, it's about a dog, I'm like, I walk into that movie going, I'm gonna cry my eyes out. This is not gonna be a happy experience. Let's go.
Yeah, that was the scene with Marley and Me's fans.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, I walked into Marley and Me knowing exactly what I was getting myself into. In fact, actually, it was a pretty happy ending considering. I was like, that's not so bad. You know, he lived his life. That's fine.
That movie infuriated me to no end.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Maybe it was because of the dog itself, but the couple themselves, I don't know. There was something about that movie that infuriated me, and then it got sad at the end, and I'm like, okay, you made me angry movie, and then you made me sad. I don't like you anymore.
There's Homeward Bound. That has a happy ending, but there are still tears. Has a happy ending, but you still cry.
Yeah. I'll cry every time.
You still worry for the golden retriever, which, as someone who's had 3 of those in his family, I can promise you all I get attached to animals as well.
Oh, okay. We have Nepe Trillion. He is looking very much forward to the TF2 analyzing. And he also wondered what you guys think of Pony Life so far, if you have seen it.
I've honestly only watched a few of the first few episodes, and I realized I have to go on the Daily Motion to watch them, and I just haven't been bothered to because I'm too busy with TF2, as a matter of fact. I don't say I hate the series, but I'm not. My wings aren't flapping over it either, if you catch my drift.
Oh my.
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing I have with Fallout Equestria Dead Tree. It's a bit too scary and scary for my cup of tea, but I really respect all the work and passion put into it. So I'm really honored to be a part of the project.
I'm actually enjoying the story, and I'm trying to. I just started on book 2. I only got 1 chapter in though. I just haven't had time to read it, but yes, I like the story thus far.
Yeah, it's well written. It's a good story. It's just a bit too scary to my normal preference.
The story is not for kids. Regardless of it having pictures in it, it is not for kids. I assure you, this was barely safe for Blissy.
So yeah, any opinions on the Pony Life? The one I have seen is basically just cartoon versions of the ponies we already know and love. So it's okay. It's just another dimension, I guess.
Who are themselves cartoons to begin with, so that's meta.
True.
That's what I didn't want to say it.
You know, when everybody breaks the fourth wall.
Yes, I was like, Applejack, get your own thing. That's Pinky's shtick. Then again,
well, the problem is she didn't really have her own thing, except being best pony. But no one appreciated her. It's fine.
Oh no, she had her thing. She had that awesome eyebrow raise whenever someone was being disingenuous, and then Starlight and even Fluttershy stole it. They're like, "How dare you?
Yeah.
How dare you mimic Applejack? Fluttershy, you're my favorite pony, but Applejack is a close."
It's just like, there's a line that you don't cross.
Right.
You don't cross the brow. Don't make me get the clippers.
Clippers?
If you won't use your eyebrows responsibly, they'll be taken away.
Oh no! Sorry, flashback.
And then no one will know you're surprised.
Yeah, that depends on your facial expressions. If you have the level of Pinkie Pie of facial expressions.
Actually, I'm a bit more concerned that I'm triggering past trauma.
Yeah, sorry, just a lot of bullying, and people found out, oh, let's take her eyebrows. That's not gonna be dangerous at all. Yay.
Ooh, jeez.
Yeah.
Sadistic.
Yeesh.
Yeah,
Horrible.
they were not the nicest kids. But it's okay. I'm here. I have my eyebrows back. They are a bit fluffy, but I have them. So it's okay. Fluffy. They're trying to be fluffy, but there are too few of them to be fluffy.
Well, I have seen Pony Life in full, and I got nothing really against it, but at the same time, it does not stir the creative passion that My Little Pony did. Friendship is Magic, I should say, because they're much shorter episodes. The conflicts don't really get to play out or build. You don't feel like you're on a journey. You're just sort of catching a quick peek, and then it's done very quick.
It's like
I will say.
Sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead.
It's like seeing smoky explosion, but the second it's done going up in the air, somebody just takes a giant vacuum and just like because it goes away so fast.
Which really sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny you mention it, but if I had to compare it to something, they remind me of short, quickie cartoons that you would get in between episodes during the 90s. Like, I'm waiting for the X-Men animation series to come on between that and Batman, the animated series. And then, oh, let's have a quick little funny episode in between that, like from Cow and Chicken. I'm like, what? Okay.
Yeah, cow and chicken, yeah. Cow and chicken, yeah.
Usually. Sorry. I need to really turn my Norwegian off.
No worries, no worries.
What was it? When Treehouse in Canada was airing My Little Pony episodes early, there was this show, Masha and the Bear. Little girl hanging out with a bear in the woods. They live in a cabin together. It was just this short, and I was like, can we get to the ponies? This is awful.
Aww.
Aww.
I mean, the poor bear. This kid is driving it nuts.
Yeah.
It's like, don't poke the bear. Don't leave the bear alone with a child. The bear won't survive.
Yes, the bear won't survive.
The bear won't survive. I realize how bizarre that sounds, but the bear's not going to survive.
Which is like, what kind of kids do you have up there?
The ones that will eat your soul.
I think I prefer the Viking kids. Then at least they only kill your body if they attack you or give you frostbite.
You think Children of the Corn was scary? Where do you find Children of the American education system?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But aren't all of you educated in America?
Yeah, and that's our problem.
Sad.
Yes, I'm trying to learn how to say, "Oh God, I'm so sorry," in as many languages as possible.
Well, I went to Catholic school, so I actually legitimately probably know that in several languages.
Legitimately probably know that. Yes, very good sentence.
Meanwhile, I'm that person that has to put $1 in the jar for saying sorry every day.
High five.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Mm-hmm.
I should not have a sorry jar.
No.
I will be broke. More so than I already am.
Maybe if we just put a Canadian sticker on it. If Blissy fills the jar to a certain line, she's officially a Canadian.
There we go.
No! I'm a proud American and even a prouder Texan. No, thank you.
Well,
Wait,
there
I'll
you go.
take that.
That's the motivation you need.
That's right. That's it. There's your next troll war, Blissy. I'm going to draw you as a Canadian.
I'm sorry,
There
but
you go.
Oh, we need a sorry counter. I need to have some
No.
paper.
Oh,
No.
Blissy da.
No.
California native
No.
land.
I will rip off your beak.
Ow.
Oh. Oh, you know, some people might be into that.
I know, I was gonna say.
Ship it.
I'm just imagining
I
Bliss
very
rip off her
much
beak
do.
now.
Actually, what would be
Bliss ripped off
funny
his
is
beak and use it as a beak puppet.
actually what would be hilarious is if she pulls it off Silver's face, it just pops right off, and it still moves as he talks.
Oh gosh, it's like Beetlejuice.
Yes.
There we go. Blissy.
And she's just like, no! Now you have to take my voice home with you.
No.
And I can help coach you on your Canadian. It's like, oh, I'm here, Lightning Bliss there, eh?
Oh, gracious.
No. Ooh, that's a long paragraph.
Let's see here. Journal of the Two Sisters, Elements of Harmony, Volume 2. I have those books.
Me too.
And I don't have the Daring Do books. I have all the MLP.
Heather does.
I had them, but a friend of mine accidentally got them signed by the wrong person. So I ended up selling the books to one who is really big fan of Tabitha instead. So I have to buy new books. But we were very tired. I understand completely why the accident happened, so I'm not angry. It's just a funny story.
I don't have any of these books.
I had the Journal of the Two Sisters. I think that's the only one I got.
Yeah, Aeon has that copy and offered to let me read it because apparently it's a quick read. I'm like, I need to read it.
It's a pretty quick. It's a quick read, and it's quick enough for you to go, "What? Everything I knew was a lie." Yeah.
Well, then again, it's very good books. I actually wanted to record them and put them on YouTube so people could listen to them as audiobooks, but Hasbro.
Hasbro.
Dun, dun, dun.
I actually kind of expected your horses winning. It's like Frau Blucher. Hasbro.
Do you guys have any of the other books? Like Visual Pony says he has The Fallout Equestria and The Fallout Equestria Dead Tree and Past Sins.
I didn't know Past Sins got made into a hard copy. But I have the comics, but I don't have many of the books. I got a few digitally.
Oh.
I have a few of David Silver's Pony Finder books. I think that's all I've got.
I just have 2 hard copies of the first printed Fallout Equestria Dead Tree. The first 2.
Did you pre-order
Fiora spoils me. Fiora spoils me and gives them to me. So
that's nice.
He snorted. I keep forgetting that. Oh wait, I did the cover for the second book. I keep forgetting I did that. I'm like, oh yeah, I contribute to this project a little bit.
Oops.
I'm gonna go hide now behind the big hippogriff and the bigger pony. Excuse me.
Midnight
Stop
Wolf
looking.
29 is asking, would any of you be up to going to any cons in Europe, or aka Galacon, for example?
If I went to Galacon, my in-laws would murder me.
Oofda.
Because I chose to go to a con in Germany, but not visit them first.
I'll just bring them along. Use them as an excuse. We're all gonna go on a trip.
We're gonna have some family bonding. You guys
family bonding. Enjoy the ponies.
Yes. I wonder if I could honestly convince them to, because my husband said that Galacon is in is it Lubavix? How do you pronounce that city?
Ludovix?
Liverwurst?
No.
The town.
Okay, Galacon is located in something Germany. Ludwigsburg.
Yeah, I don't know. That's where it is. Ludwigsburg.
Oh, Lederhosenberg.
Ludwigsburg.
No, okay. It's not.
So I kind of got it right.
I am an international incident waiting to happen.
Very much so.
Apparently, that's in a completely different state to where my in-laws live, because they live in the far northern west part of Germany, about an hour outside of Hamburg, and I guess it would be a bit of a traveling for them. Something I don't know if my husband was comfortable with that or not. I'm like, so we'd have to make it like a month of staying at a state or at a country, and can't really afford to do that right now, and let alone next year. So I can say though I've been to one con in Europe though. Brony Scott.
That's the one in Scotland?
Mm-hmm.
Yay.
I believe that was in what do you call it? I landed in Inverness, where Maddie and her family played hosts for me. Very kind of them. Glasgow. It was in Glasgow. Haha.
Isn't that the one with the closest airport to Ludwigsburg?
Apparently Inverness is the closest airport to Glasgow.
Inverness, yeah.
Yeah, and I guess you have to take a train or a bus to the next city over.
Mm-hmm.
I need to point this out, that it is a one-day event. That might not be worth it for a lot of us Americans, because it's a lot of money to travel hop the pond, if you know what I mean. Even I need to point out that Brony Scott invited me out. They were extremely kind and paying for my trip out there, which was amazing. That's never happened to me before. And I know for a fact they really, really like us, Sweetie, Silver, all of us. They really, really want us to be over there. That they are willing to do that again.
Oh my goodness.
I don't think they'd be willing to do that for me, honey. I think they'd be willing to do it for you two who actually create stuff.
They talk about you. They talk about you. They talk about you, and they talk about Silver and Thespio and Keyframe and Golden, all of us. Yeah, the issue though is that, you know, it's hard to travel overseas. It's hard on the body. And then,
sorry, excuse me.
Is this something you want to say?
No, not a thing. Continue.
She worked hard for the boat travel. So hard for the travel. So
let me put it this way. You didn't travel 12 hours from Los Angeles to London, drive 3 hours from London to Suffolk to surprise your mother for her 60th birthday, and then have to go back home 2 days later.
Yeah, that is a nightmare and a half, and no thank you. No thank you. Absolutely not. You're insane. I give you perks for your dedication.
But we had a really great video to show for it.
There we go. And I too have traveled internationally, though I got to go with my family on trips to Reykjavik. See, I can pronounce that. And took a tour around all these wonderful places. Got to go to Copenhagen, Stockholm. One time we took a trip to St. Petersburg, which was beautiful to see.
Oh, nice.
Oh, the funniest thing is that I befriended 2 Canadian women on the boat, and they had dinner with their family, and they loved puns. They said if you were 40 years older, we'd marry you.
I ship the heck out of it.
Sweetie Belle, do you ship everything?
Not everything, but most things, yeah.
Okay.
Everyone has limits.
Yes.
I have my lines. They're just usually further out than most people's.
That's fair. That's fair.
But they're there. They exist.
I have them framed and everything.
I think I've just had good luck with traveling overseas lately because everyone I've met overseas has been just so super nice, especially when so I have basically been traveling almost 20 hours from Texas to Scotland, and I had to make a stop for a 6-hour layover, thank you, and Amsterdam before getting to Scotland.
Amsterdam.
Yeah, it was a bit of a weird hop.
And a place to have a layover. Why didn't you have one in Heathrow or something that made more sense?
I didn't plan the flight.
Well, I blame whoever did.
Yeah.
Did you get lost in Amsterdam?
No. I stayed at the airport, did not go anywhere, and but I ran into a really big problem. I only have American currency, and none of my cards will work in Amsterdam. And I was going to make an exchange once I got to Scotland, but until then, I was like, just gonna have to hang in there and live off water for a bit. But I realized I hadn't eaten in over 10 hours, maybe more.
Meh.
Yeah, so I'm already basically dragging my feet, and I'm waiting in my terminal when it's a few hours to go. And this nice lady from, she was a local in Scotland, she sat down next to me and just randomly started talking to me about her traveling days. And I'm like, just random stranger starts talking to me, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is happening.
It's crazy.
And so, yeah, I'm being nice, I'm being civil, and just nodding with her, and basically saying, oh, I'm sorry you had a rough time traveling. And then she took one look at me after I replied a few times, and she said, honey, when was the last time you ate?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I can't remember. She's like, yeah, you how No, you absolutely not. And she just whips out her pack, her purse, and it is filled with fruits and candies and chips. And I'm just like, she's like, I insist you eat some of this, please. Please, I have too much as it is, so please just eat it before you pass out on me. I don't want you doing that.
Okay. That's nice. It's always good to meet one of those random nice people that just comes out of the blue.
Yeah.
Well, we must find this person and get them to go to more Brony conventions.
Yes,
specifically to be Bliss's support group.
Yes. We need to give her a doom flag.
One group. Yes.
Yes. Have Blissy wave a doom flag, and that's when it says, need to bring the snacks.
And then everybody, like fans from all over the con, just starts running towards her with snacks and water and everything.
No, don't do that. No, don't do that. Remember the last time, my first BronyCon, 2016, a guy all the way from, oh gosh, I can't remember from where he was from, Sweden? He bought all these candy bars with him, Silver.
Wait, are we talking about Game Leon?
I don't know. I just remember he had a...
He brings the strudels. Those delicious, delicious strudels.
I don't know about those. I just remember this one individual in particular. He had a backpack filled with candy bars. And then towards the end of that con, he kind of just dumped them on our table.
Okay.
Because, well, he couldn't take them back with him because, food, airport, no.
Chocolate's usually good to go through customs.
Well, he was more...
I always bring Toblerones for my family from Europe. I mean, shoot.
And
he was more accustomed.
Aha,
yeah, like if you guys had or are coming sometimes to Galacon, I usually also tries to go to Galaton, especially to meet up with my friends Visual Pony and Midnight Wolf 29, and I always bring Norwegian chocolate because that is apparently tasting very good. If you don't believe me, you can. I think you can ask Dusty. Yeah, I sent him some together with mead from Norway.
I remember the last BronyCon. It was when everybody was having the TF2 people were getting their autographs, and I was hiding in the back, and someone was like, hey, do you want Tim Tams? And they're a kind of like chocolate cookie thing that usually are only found in England. I'm like, you've got Tim Tams? Like, yeah. I was like, oh my gosh. I was so psyched. I haven't had them in years, Gibby.
Oh, people. Visual Pony says, if you guys manage to get to Galacon, the bear's on me.
Oh, there we go. That is
great.
Yeah, and Visual Pony, I can attest. If he says it, he means it, so it's real.
Hey-ha.
Oh,
can I get a milkshake instead?
I mean, did he?
Probably.
What about
else I can get
beer? Does that count? Like root beer? Does that count on the beer?
I don't like root beer.
What?
Nope.
I don't like root beer either.
That is the one thing me and Doc cannot agree on.
He loves root beer?
Like
yes.
Sugar. Ginger beer, oh. I'm not a fan of that, but sure.
Yeah, Visual Pony says it's okay with both the milkshake and the root beer.
Butterbeer! There we go. Butterbeer.
I will gladly try the local beers.
Yeah. As far as I know, Germany usually have very good beers. At least
I would hope so. Oktoberfest.
Yeah, Oktoberfest is coming.
Mostly because October's coming.
Yes, exactly. Same difference, really.
Yeah, so now it's basically one evening where, you all go and get drinks. I know at the Galacon there is like a big open space with all the bars, so people just sit on the ground and talk and have like music and dance or do whatever they want to. It's really nice, and it's not scary. So
nice.
Yeah. Like this big water fountain. The thing that you usually people in cartoon puts soap in, and it's like a giant water stuff. Fountain?
Like
fountain.
A sink?
No, big fountain. The outside fountain of.
Yeah, fountain, water fountain. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a big one of those.
Like a chocolate fountain.
Blissy, any plans for another type of Halloween video for October? Well, if things go to plan, yes, I am planning a Halloween special. Yes, I am.
Ooh.
If things go to plan.
Yeah. So everybody be a lookout for that. It's gonna be awesome because Bliss is making it.
No pressure or anything.
I'm going to try. Like,
and as long as you do the best you think you can do without hurting yourself, that's all we can ask.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm kind of in one of those rock and the hard places, and I have nobody to blame but myself. And people even try to talk me out of it. So again, no one to blame but myself. But I basically took on more work than I should. Surprise, surprise. And as a result, it's getting harder to manage my time and just getting things done and trying not to tucker myself out too much. Too late, obviously, from the sounds of it. But no, I always strive to make an October special and a Christmas special every year, and I do not foresee myself backing out of that yet. Yeah, so I'm just gonna hide now.
Yeah, I don't know if you can hear in my voice, but I'm giving you a look.
I can feel it. I don't need to hear it. I can feel it.
Yes, it's coming through the interwebs. But look, let's see. This is really easy. If all you need is a Halloween special, we'll just have Silver jump out from behind the bushes and go booga booga booga, and that you'll be scared, and that's the special. Good night.
See, not everything needs to be complicated.
Booga booga booga.
Actually, if you guys don't mind me sharing what I have planned,
if you want to, feel free.
It's nothing too. It's not going to be a skit, but it's going to be a follow-up sequel to my previous Halloween special, and that was I did a mystery movie science mystery movie. You know what I mean? You know what those are?
Yes.
Spooky science.
Mystery Science Theater.
Mystery Science Theater. Yeah.
3000.
Yeah. And I plan to do the sequel to Mr. Boogedy.
Boogedy boo.
You know it.
Well, I know that saying, but Mr. Boogedy. Yeah.
Oh, it's on Disney Plus. You should watch it and its sequel.
Well, what a face only a mother could love this one.
Boogedy boo.
If you guys have a picture of it, I can probably put it up in the stream if you want to. But
here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, so we're doing it. Okay. Yes, Mr. Boogedy actually had a sequel, and it was called The Bride of Boogedy. And originally, it was going to be a television series on Disney, but it didn't get enough views or popularity, and they canceled it, so it only has 2 movies.
It kind of looks like rotten cucumber.
Actually, I feel like it's Emperor Palpatine's like redneck cousin.
I guess that works too.
Boy, you get yourself on over to the dark side there, boy.
Dun, dun, dun.
You might be a redneck Jedi if
Dun, dun, dun.
If you're like, oh, she's your sister. Oh, hot diggity.
Good gracious.
Should I shush?
I cannot shush. It's like there's no filter right now.
No, it's not. It's not about making. No. Talk all you want. It's just like I don't know that saying.
Okay, I see the. Oh, sorry.
Oh well, there's a comedian out there whose name actually escapes me. My bad. But he just says this comedy take. You might be a redneck if, and then he lists all these really bizarre and somewhat stereotypical traits of the American redneck.
Jeff Foxworthy.
Thank you, Lizzie. And so that someone at some point they adapted that to Star Wars. You might be a redneck Jedi if.
So giggity is also a word that he says.
No.
Giggity. Boogity, boogity, boogity.
Boogity boo.
Boo.
Okay.
Boogity.
Boogity,
Boogity boo.
So I'm looking at the image you're using, and I actually know exactly where it comes from, which scene it comes from, and I could. I love reacting live. So now, like here, Mr. Boogity has this whole haunting business got far enough. Boogity, boogity, zap.
Run away,
okay, so you don't
away.
want to talk, fine. But this is our house, and we're not leaving, so forget it. Boogity, boogity, boogity. I love that movie. I grew up with it.
But does Boogity have a boogie?
Oofta, oofta.
He don't like people very much.
Huh, sounds like some pony I know. No, my dearest is kind of like one of the, he's kind of like Discord. There's very few people he likes. That's a good way of saying it. But when he likes you, it's like we can do fun stuff. It's kind of cute. There was somebody who has he had a good comment, but I forgot to say it.
Excuse me.
Oh, hiccup.
Oh no, hiccups, run away.
Hiccup. Oh, to Pig Boss 99, good to see you. And thank you for correcting me on Jeff Foxworthy.
Yeah. The comment was, so puns are a form of punishment? Was John Crook, who is a friend of mine in Norway.
Probably for Firebrand.
Yeah.
Oof.
Definitely for Firebrand and Eliora. They are punished when I pontificate, but I'm unrepentant.
He's extremely punctual.
You have to. No, I don't have anything.
And I'm
it's very punny.
Yes, I'm very particular about my punctuation.
It's almost like you want to see a pun bunny. Pun bunny. Pun bun. No, I'm sorry.
Here comes the pun bunny hopping down the trail.
Oh my goodness.
I want to see a pun bunny now.
Little punny foo-foo.
Wait.
Oh, that's what I was thinking! I was thinking in my head. Little punny bunny hopping through the forest, scooping up the fire, Princess Bunny them on the head.
Okay, we found our new Easter special.
Yeah.
Oh, no! If he asks, I wasn't here and I did not.
Yeah, I totally won't copy a link to this video to him. Nah. Now there is a snake.
I feel betrayed.
No worries.
All right, so we've come up with ideas. Blissy will be Canadian, and Firebrand will deal with little punny foo-foo.
Yeah, but
and there's a snake,
which is basically you with bunny ears.
Yes.
Yes, I will.
Yes. The pretty bird is now going to be a pretty bunny.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, if you really want to traumatize him, put me in a bunny suit, if you know what I mean.
That's what I was
Heck yeah! All about it. I will commission it.
It's Play Quill, buddy.
All right. So I have to contact the same person who puts Silver in a dress.
So then we only need something for Sweetie Bloom.
Oh dear. It's okay. I'm good watching.
Yeah,
she's a tough one.
You be the one in the corner with the popcorn and the sunglasses.
The popcorn, exactly. It's like, don't mind me. I'm just enjoying the show.
No, even better. You have a video camera so that you can show everybody else afterwards.
There we go. That is exactly it. I'm the makeup crew. I'm the one who puts Silver in the fishnets. I mean,
what?
She puts me in the fishnets and then watches as Firebrand and I make up.
Yes.
Or
at least that's what's going in my fan fiction.
Wait. How do you wear a fishnet? That's giant, gigantic.
Very carefully.
It's a type of stocking that's very open weaved. They're called fishnet stockings because they have very they're very open like a fishnet. And now I'm gonna traumatize her if she Googles this.
No, I no, I
can see it Reaching for a slow motion. No.
No.
Don't Google it.
No, I'm not gonna Google it. By the way you guys are describing it, I guess it's something related to Not Safe for Chris, so I'm not gonna do it.
But yeah. I mean, it's not implicitly. It just tends to be involved in that type of stuff, shall we say?
How about you?
It's like stockings on ponies. They're not necessarily not safe for work. However, they do tend to feature quite often.
Oh, oofda. Yeah. Nej. As long as everybody has fun and I don't have to watch it, it's okay.
I'll watch.
But yeah, that's the question I actually would like to ask all of you guys. Who is
what,
your
do we like to watch?
Nice. No, who is your favorite pillar from the ponies? Sorry, random head. ADHD, I'm sorry.
No. I will say that it's a bit hard because I have to ask, would it be favorite pillar of the show or favorite pillar of the comics?
Show. We can take two different. The favorite from the show and the favorite from the comics.
Alrighty. Well, if you want, I'll go first, because in the show, Mistbane, because she had like the most awesome story and awesome dragon battles, and she's cool, and she's another Crystal Empire pony that's not crystal, which makes it a lie.
And Silver just answered for me. Thank you.
But in the comics, such different characterizations, and Rockhoof is bro for life.
That's one thing though I found a bit weird, that he was talking Irish, I think, when he was supposed to be a Viking, because the Vikings came from Norway, Sweden, and Denmark, not from Ireland. So it was just like,
yeah, it's the weird stereotype we have in America for some reason. Well, yes, the Vikings are from Norway and such. We associate them more with Scotland because they went to Scotland, and there's just so a lot of times when a Viking shows up, for some reason they're Scottish.
Yep. But yeah, so who is your favorite pillar in the show?
Oh, I guess I'm the only one. Right, go ahead.
No, I from it there I got mixed up.
No, Sliver Quill and Blissy already told who their favorite in the show was. Who is your favorite in the show?
Gee, I'm not sure. I mean, I do like. Who's the one whose name sounds like sleepwalking?
Sonambula.
Yeah.
Yes, her. I actually really like her.
Oh, nice.
I mean, I haven't given it too much thought. I suppose if I super analyzed the episodes, I'd probably change my mind. But that off the top of my head, that's my answer.
Okay, so from the comics, if you have read any?
I haven't read enough to be as educated as Silver. I've read the bits in the most recent with Rockhoof in them. So, yeah, but I don't know enough to be super educated in my answer on that one.
Yay!
So, Silver and who was your favorite in the comics?
Rockhoof.
Yeah, Rockhoof, you said that. Blissy?
I do not read the comics because I'm kind of one of those stubborn, bleh, just stubborn. That if it's not in the show, then I don't acknowledge it, that sort. Because I don't like to get a misconfusion or misrepresentation. I don't like to get confused. And I feel like sometimes the comics either do follow the show and it's canon, or it doesn't follow the show, and yet people say it's canon anyway, and it makes no sense. So I just don't bother with the comics.
Okay. But how about season 10? That's supposed to be in comics. They are supposed to be canon, as far as I know.
Haven't bothered, honestly. because I preferred the show.
Yeah, that's fair. That's totally fair.
But yeah, Miss Main was definitely my favorite.
Yeah.
Aside from just everything that Silver said about her, and just her story in general was really good. I like the self-sacrifice she does, and they continues to do so. I'm kind of an acts of service type of person, so I can relate to that a lot. And I find that kind of ironic because Twilight is my favorite of the main 6 ponies. So I was kind of thinking, oh, well, I'm totally going to be a fangirl of Star Swirl. Nope.
It's okay. He's just a little tsundere. It's fine.
Tsundere.
He needed more character development, and he eventually does get it, but not enough for me to relate to him. So, I'm sure he's a cool guy, but out of all the characters I could relate to, the quickest of the pillars, it was definitely Miss Main.
Yeah, she's pretty awesome, and especially if any one of you ever have met Ellie Ray. No? I can testify. She came to a con here in Norway 2 years in a row. I was the one hosting for her. So I can honestly say she is a real life Pinkie Pie. She's awesome.
Nice.
I thought that was I think I met my first Pinkie Pie from
Fiora's rating us.
Oh, hi Fee.
With a party of 18. Fiora, party of 18. You'll be seated at table.
Seated with the grown-ups, I guess.
Yes. I'll leave then.
No.
Come on, the grown-ups table is the biggest lie they tell you. That, you know, oh, you want to be with the adults and hear all the cool adult talk, and then you find out it's more fun at the kids' table.
Yeah, that's... well, that depends on the kids.
Yeah, true. In my family, we had the kid table, and my poor cousin foolishly didn't realize it wasn't so much the kid table as the younger half table, just because, you know, we didn't have enough space to put everybody on one table. So the oldest cousin at some point is like, I am now old enough to go to the adult table, and he walked over there all proud, and then he does the sad saunter back like they don't have room for me over there. I'm stuck. It's like, yeah. It's like, we're not really kids anymore. We're just the younger half of the family. Sit down.
Oh. And hi everybody.
Hello.
All of them are like saying like hashtag hi Chris, and I'm just like, am I supposed to answer back? Yes. But yeah, okay. We don't have, well, we did have child table, but that was basically the baby table, not the children table in Norway. So I don't know what the age group for you guys are. Is it 16 or 18?
It really is family by family. There's no rule.
Yeah, there's no rule.
Ah, okay. So that's an interesting thing. If you guys ever get children, is there anything specifically you guys want to focus about? And even more importantly, will you show them My Little Pony Friendship is Magic?
They will be introduced to G1 first, as law.
Of course, of course. Of course. If you want to talk about it.
I mean, I don't know if I'll ever have kids. I'm not against it because I do love kids. I really do. I especially the ones that I know I've shared this in one of my speed paint videos before, but there was this one little guy. It was a 10-year-old boy, and he was a smart kiddo. I want to point this out real quick because he figured it out that it's not a good idea to block vendors' tables, even if you are a huge fan of them. So he had a plan, and I just saw the pattern. He came by once every hour, would ask me a question, buy something, say thank you, and leave, rinse and repeat. Until finally I kind of just stopped him because he clearly wanted to ask me more questions, but he was a little nervous about it. And his mom was with him too. He was just the cutest little guy. And I said, if you want to ask me more questions, you can. It's okay. I'm not that busy right now. So he asked me a very important question that I agree still needs to be talked to about kids, especially now. How can I stay safe on the internet.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, and I admit I went on a rant, but the mother was really really happy that I spoke to her son about it, because she wanted to know that, you know, he was getting proper advice as well. And I ended up telling him, I mean, listen to your mom first and foremost, and let her know what you're up to online, because, you know, you're still a youngster. You're not old enough to surf the web without supervision. So, but yeah, I was just giving him basic advice, like, obviously don't do things you're not comfortable with. And people, if you start talking to strangers online, you really shouldn't be talking to strangers online without parental consent anyway.
Do not go into private chats.
Don't do that.
Do not
give them your personal name, phone number, cell phone number, mailing address. And I cannot believe how many times I've had to tell people not to do this, because I've had it happen multiple times. But he was just the brightest little guy, and he was very, very polite. And you know that look in kids' eyes that you see when they're just full of wonder, and they're like a sponge. They just want to absorb everything, like all the information they can.
Yep.
That's what he was, and I just love seeing that in kids. But I've thought about having kids before. I think I definitely would like to homeschool them, though, just on a personal reasons, because not to hate on our school system or anything, but there are a lot of things that I wish I could have been taught at school that I didn't have to learn on the fly as an adult, like how to handle a mortgage, how to create a bank account, how to budget, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And these are things I wasn't taught at school. They don't teach you how to buy a car, or the importance of credit, or, you know, all these adult things where we all kind of just like, well, good luck, kids.
See ya.
Well, it's more that's what your parents are for. Is usually, at least that's how it was with me. If I had questions about this stuff, I'd go, Dad.
And I would do that with my parents too, and they would do their best, and they did. And I will say, yes, they did do their best, or my mom did anyway. But
of course,
they can't always be there, unfortunately. Yeah, I went deep.
No, it's so cool. I not a big fan of homeschooling myself, but that's only because of my own personal experience. I had a very, let me put it this way. If both school is at home and your whole life is in one place, and if that place isn't healthy, it's torture, you know? So, but, you know, I don't know. I did all hearsay, really. You know, each kid is different, and their needs are different, things like that. Each situation is different. Obviously, with the pandemic, that changes things greatly.
Yeah. True.
But yeah, I don't know. As far as showing them MLP, I mean, maybe, I guess. I mean, the most important thing is they will be shown the entire Disney library.
Of course.
Beyond that, I do feel like it's getting close to the time where I have to, like, slowly get my nephew to watch some, like, shows that I know are good, but that his parents probably won't bother to introduce him to. I'd be like, hey, watch Avatar.
Yeah. Oh, Avatar.
Like,
Last
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, King Boomy.
Yeah, it's like you're officially old enough for this. Your mother's never seen it. Your father's never seen it, but it's good. Trust me, watch it. You'll love it.
I will show you the way.
I will show you the ways of good cartoons. Do you know the way? But yeah, I mean, I'm not against the idea of showing them MLP. It's just not. There are a lot of other things to get through before it get. Oh yeah, an MLP, I guess.
Let's see. Okay, kiddo. First, we got to get you to see Land Before Time.
With Snow White, and work
all the
from there.
Cinderella, Snow White. We got to watch Bambi. I know it's a little sad.
Balto.
Balto.
Yeah.
We can do Balto.
Yeah.
Balto's a good one.
Yeah, but it's a very scary bear.
Yes, there is a scary bear in there.
Oh, very scary bear. Oh.
Just leave a child alone with the bear will run away.
Yes, the bear in Masha. That child's a killer.
Yeah, like who needs bear dogs? You can just send your kid. You know, since they will scare away the bear.
There you go.
This particular kid.
So
also drinking buddy. I see you in the chat.
How much sleep did you actually get, drinking buddy?
Yes, he was on stream with us last night.
Oh,
so it was a beautiful victory on my end, and I'll tell drinking buddy how I did it. So he was in the stream with Silver, and he was mentioning how he hadn't had sleep in quite some time. And as per usual, I'm like, gosh darn it, man, go to bed. And he's like, ah, you can't make me. I'm like, I can nag you to high heaven. And he's like, okay, tell you what, I'll go to bed if you can message me on Discord. And I'm like, shoot, I don't think I have his Discord. And I go through like all of my servers to see if he's like, no, shoot, I don't have him on Discord. So I message Fiora and I go, hey, do you have Drinking Buddy's Discord? And she's like, yeah, why? I'm like, I'm just trying to tell him to go to bed. So what's just funny is so I'm in the stream and I message him, go to bed, and then I see in the stream in the comments, how did you find me?
So
power.
So now everybody knows Sweetie Bloom's special power is not taking care of animal, even though she's very good at it. It's getting people to go to sleep.
And I outed Fiora as the traitor.
Many have tried, Drinking Buddy, but no one has defeated the Sweetie.
Yeah.
The Sweetie
Believe
Bloom
me, I've tried.
The Sweetie Bloom will nag us all.
Yes, I shall.
Oh, goody gosh.
Goody tips.
I'm having flashbacks, honestly.
These two have been the other side of my ire. Bliss more than Silver. Silver, I more or less accept can take care of himself. I worry, but it's fine. Bliss, on the other hand.
It's like, it's bad enough I got you, and I also got Ellie and Doc, and even Aeon is chipped in, and I'm like, Solar, Juggle, leave me alone.
Yep.
Hey, we got you, babe. And now, I guess if I were to ever raise kids, I'd raise them with a diet of Transformers and Sailor Moon and My Little Pony. But after every episode, we need to talk about the puns used and discuss their efficacy.
You would.
Awesome.
Okay, I have one question for you, Silver. Just one.
Just one.
Will you introduce them to Beast Wars?
Ooh.
When they're a little older, yes.
Oh, okay, that's fine with me.
Because I feel like Silverbolt and Black Arachnia, they're an interesting couple, but we need to discuss how that's a pretty messed up relationship.
That reminds me of like that reminds me of when I watched Grease when I was older, and you know, and I was watching with someone who was like, yeah, my parents wouldn't let me watch it because, you know, there were bad morals. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. I watched it as a kid and it was fine. And then I watched it and went, oh, no, I agree. I don't think I'd show this to my kids, actually. Now it's like, this is kind of a messed up story.
Drinking Buddy, no. Drinking Buddy, no.
What? Sometimes sleep must be skipped.
No.
Dude.
You're supposed to schedule your sleep around classes.
Have you ever seen a raging Blizzilla? No, you haven't. Because I sleep.
Basically, sleep, it's like the charging of your computer. If you don't charge your computer, it's not gonna work.
And then you become a spinny beach ball of doom.
Yeah, and then you then you face plant on your vendor table, and everybody wonders if you're dead.
Yes.
Yep.
And that's not good.
Yep. It's
Which
not
has
fun.
happened.
And then you're in competition with Keyframe as the most accident-prone member of the review community.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I still
yeah.
remember that. Wow.
Was it
Holy cow.
Pacific PonyCon? But I think our theory was that they didn't go into a third year because they couldn't afford the key insurance.
The what?
Because like the first year of Pacific PonyCon, she like twists her ankle, and
She
then
fell
the
off the
second
stage.
year she passes out. Yeah, she fell off the stage the first year, and then the second year she passes out at her vendor table, and then I don't think they had a third year. It's like, well, they couldn't afford the key insurance.
It's been a running gag with Pacific PonyCon ever since that in order to avoid Keyframe getting hurt, they need to have Keyframe insurance. Because unfortunately, there has been a tradition where she would get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
That's second time, though. That one... yeah, I was vending with her when that happened, and she was going through a rough time, but apparently I had not realized it because even I did the good thing and actually got something to drink and a little muffin for breakfast, at least. But unbeknownst to me, I don't think she even had dinner the night before or anything. And so we were vending this morning, and we were having a good time. Things were going well, and then all of a sudden, she kind of face plants on my shoulder. And for a moment, I'm thinking, oh, she's just joking around. And I'm like, Key, what are you doing? Key? Key? And then that's when I freaked out and actually cussed. I'm like, holy beep. And yeah, Silver was there, Doc was there, a few others were there. Then Abby was there. Thank goodness for Abby. Yeah, she holy cow. Silver to the rescue. Yeah, Silver rescued her after that.
I do my best.
Yeah, I was outside, was doing the BabsCon table, and all I see is basically Silver carrying Keyframe out of the vendor hall. I'm like, what the heck?
Superman.
I leave you guys alone for 5 minutes.
Well, that was your first mistake. You can't trust us with anything these days. These kids today.
I'm kind of surprised you didn't say I ship it when you saw it, since he was carrying
I
her.
mean, I do, but that's not the point. That was beside the point at the immediate moment. That came later.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that would be premium shipping material, especially if he's carrying her like a princess.
Yeah, well, I mean, he wasn't like literally like scooped her off the floor, but I'm pretty sure she was like leaning on him pretty heavily.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I might be. She is small and light. I could maybe lift her, but I wouldn't want to test that when she's already feeling under the weather.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah, that was scary. She was definitely dehydrated. I was like, when was the last time you had water? Last night? It's like almost 12 p.m.
She's all like, what's water?
Oh my gosh.
And this is why we have you follow the 621 rule, Bliss.
I drink water at least. For come on.
Yeah. And she has snacks.
Some sense.
Yes.
Okay, well,
some sense.
Well, to Fiora, Iris, and Iris Prince 23. If you're in Key's stream tonight where she's playing Fall Guys, just remind her of when she was the fall person and she should be drinking water while streaming.
Yes.
Like right now. Like, ask her, why are you not drinking water right now? How about now? How about now?
How about yourself? When was the last time you drank a glass of water, Sliver Quill?
About half an hour before we started.
Okay.
Yeah, see, I'm more or less... I had one this morning, and I had not so much water, so much as pink lemon or strawberry lemonade. But yeah,
do you maybe go and pick up one now?
No, I had a strawberry lemonade when we started.
Okay,
is what I'm saying.
Okay.
I more or less trust Silver to take care of himself. I worry he puts too much on his plate, but at least usually I can trust him to eat. Usually.
So,
listen, even then, I might put too much on my plate.
More than the rainbow pone.
So, with your power to make people go to sleep and being able to have surveillance over people, are you basically already a mom to the whole group?
Essentially.
Yeah. That's
Yes.
nice. There you go.
That's why I don't need my own kids. I have these, man children I have to deal with.
Man children? I'll have you know I'm a woman. How dare you?
I am shocked and appalled.
Betrayal! Betrayal!
Betrayed me.
Yes. No mother's card for you. Humph.
Yeah.
A rumpity rumpity
A humph and a pumph. A huff and a puff.
A boogity boo.
A hoof and a poof.
And we came full circle.
Yep. And we pulled it all back to the boogity boo.
Yeah.
I do my best.
What is okay? If money was and human function and science was not a problem, what would be your ultimate most wanted to cosplay as? Like, you could, if you were cosplaying Godzilla, you were actually in a giant mecha Godzilla suit.
Ooh.
Like, what's your absolute most wanted cosplay for Halloween?
Xenomorph Queen!
Oh, there we go.
Of course, after the video, yeah.
Yeah, gosh, I don't know. I spent my life limiting my cosplay abilities due to my physicality.
Yeah, but if that was not a problem.
That's the thing. I have to rewire my brain to that not being a problem.
Oh,
5 people to puppeteer. 5.
Minor detail.
ha! That's less than Jabba the Hutt.
There we go.
If just to upset Lightning Bliss, I'd go as Jabba the Hutt.
Run away!
It's okay. I'd still be bigger than you.
Something.
Something
Yeah,
like that.
But something complete.
But more seriously, either something mech related. So either a Zone of the Enders Jehuti just to make everyone really uncomfortable with the cockpit placement, and or Reinhardt from Overwatch.
Ooh.
Because I want that rocket backpack. Out of my way, I can't stop.
Yeah, the IKEA gnome, as I heard somebody call him.
The IKEA?
The IKEA gnome, because he builds everything and nobody else can build it because they don't understand the instructions. I haven't played a lot of it myself, but when I have played, I really like playing May, the ice lady.
Oh, the devil.
Oh, the devil? That's a new
Oh,
one.
yeah. That little devil. Oh, I've played Overwatch. I know all about May. You think she's so cute and sweet, but then you play May's snowball battle, and she's like, I'm going to put a rock in this one. And she builds a snowball, and then she's there just to freeze you and do a taunt and shoot you in the head with the icicle. It's like, oh, you devil. To quote the demo man, you're a devil. A devil.
Dun, dun, dun.
So yes, now you all know my fear of Mantine and my hatred of May, the devil.
We'll make a list.
Yeah, something tells me he will not be happy in Norway when we have snow.
We had snow here in Colorado.
Ah.
I like snow. I just don't like psychotic little girls who pack rocks in them and throw them at people and see, oh, I'm so cute. I'm going to go build a wall and lock you out of the choke point. Thanks, May.
Well, that's fair. That's fair.
Meh. Oh, if I can ever play Doomfist and score a killing blow, oh, it's a sweet day. Arr.
Are you going piratey out, eh?
Arr, I be a pirate. I be a pirate Doomfist main. Arr, everybody counters me. Arr. That's why I'm not really saying anything piratey. I'm just going arr a lot. It's like re, but in pirate talk. Arr.
Nice. It's been fun.
Lady.
Being a pirate is alright to be.
Do what you want, the pirate is free. You are a pirate.
Yar har
It was after my time, but I know of Lazy Town.
That's the number 1 song comes from, right?
That too. Both songs came from Lazy Town. I think.
Maybe.
Yes.
Yeah,
maybe.
Maybe potato, maybe.
1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, 4.
5 potato, 6 potato, 7 potato, 8 potatoes.
More.
More. Sorry. I'm trying to keep my adrenaline down so I don't talk over all of you all the time.
No, you're good.
You're fine.
We talk over each other, so you know.
I am infinitely interruptible. I am infinitely interruptible.
I'm sorry.
Who said sorry?
It wasn't Bliss. It's okay. I won't force you to pay my toll in the Canadian jar.
You won't throw me up the bus. It'll just go right over me anyway.
No, it won't go over my head. I will catch it. I'm too fast.
There you go.
Yeah. One thing I usually ask people when they join my Dr. Chris streams, which is a pun on Dr. Phil that a friend of mine, Skybolt, made, is that I usually ask people, how did you end up with that OC that you have now?
Oh.
Ooh.
All right, so who's got the longest story? Well,
if you want to talk about it.
I mean, I'll be happy to talk about it. But,
who's going first?
Who goes first?
You go, Bliss. Go.
I choose you, Lightning Bliss. Go! Use my story.
Scramble.
No, come on. You can do it.
Well, so originally I did have Lightning Bliss from the get-go. I remember I sketched her out first at the beginning when I was coming up with an OC, and this was directly after I discovered G4 and that there are actually guys, not just girls, but guys that are into the show. And they're doing this thing when you create your original character and you can like do like role play, like fun role play stories with friends. And yeah, I used to do these fun little, like, we would just type stories to each other back and forth of what our characters would do on the MLP forums. So I wanted to create my character for that. Like, it looked like fun. And I wanted to do artwork of her. So yeah, originally I came up with Bliss, and Bliss was a Pegasus at the time.
Oh.
But I knew I wanted her to have rainbows because, well, rainbows, and white and black was simple for me because I wasn't really good at finding the right color schemes for myself because rainbows just kept popping in my head.
Understandable.
Yeah, it's like, what should her coat color be? Rainbows!
All the colors.
Oh, well, I can't do a rainbow coat. Let's just white with a black mane, and we'll put rainbow highlights in her hair.
That works.
And I had a thing for long tails too, because, you know, big fan of The Last Unicorn. So yeah, that's why I have the long tail. Even if she was a Pegasus, don't judge me. The funny thing is, though, that not many people do know of, was that she wasn't actually going to be, even though she was the first one I drew, I actually drew 2 more OCs after that because I wasn't sure if I wanted to settle with her yet. And I drew 2 other characters, and they were both Earth ponies. One was more full-on representing me as a person. Like, my full-on personality. You're not just getting the cute side, you're getting my grown-up adult, all full-fleshed. And originally she was going to be an Appaloosa Mustang.
The breed or
that had like
male?
She was a mare.
Okay.
Had a buckskin color scheme, and I was just gonna have her have a minor backstory. She's from Appaloosa, because Appaloosa might as well be the closest thing to Texas you're gonna get.
Nice.
Seems legit.
And that seemed fine enough, but she was kind of like, I didn't have much to go on, and I mean, she was an Earth pony, and I just didn't feel like I could do much with her other than that. And then I created another character, which was complete 180 to Bliss. Very, very edgy, very sad backstory, very, oh, nobody loves me, boohoo, was raised by dragons. It was just, all in all, like, pity this character because she was abandoned as a baby and adopted by dragons, and then she has to learn to be a pony, and then just I have been and something clicked in my head after I created that character, and I came from a previous community of Alien vs Predator 2, the PC video game, where I was in a group of friends, and we actually did have our own characters based off the game, where we created our own predator players, or in my case I was a xenomorph. And for 15 years I played a very dangerous, scary creature, and I was tired of it. Like, why do I have to be so edgy all the time? Why do I have to be like the scary, bloodthirsty monster? Why can't I be just bubbly, goofy, my childhood self again? And that's why I went with Bliss. That I just settled on Bliss after that.
That's nice. That's nice. That's a good reason. Not just that I wanted to be cute. It's a legit reason to why the character is more like your real self and the journey you went through to find that out. So that's good. That's nice. Thank you for sharing.
But you are exceptionally cute.
Yes.
You guys
you
know
said it yourself.
Like
you said it yourself, though.
Yeah. I did say I wanted to. Something that my husband pointed out is that what he loves about me, and one of his English.
Yes, it's hard.
One personality trait he really loves about me, that he likes to call me his goofy little American. I am a goof. He calls me a goofball, and when I get really excited about something, whether it be my artwork or work in general or a project I'm going to do, he says I light up like a child on Christmas Day.
No.
And I wanted to represent that in Bliss.
Yeah.
As much as I could. Or best as I can. And yes, I acknowledge she has a chip on her shoulder with, don't call me cute or I'll zap you with rainbows. But it's part of the childishness of her that I like so much, and I like to be childish. I don't want to be taking things too seriously.
Yeah,
have fun with that.
You will firebrand a quarter.
Yeah, that firebrand. You need to come into the stream for a second. I don't. But yeah, that was one thing when she mentioned Lightning Bliss was going to work on her Halloween thing, and she said it was a continuing thing from her past Halloween. I was almost expecting you, Sliver Quill, to do that.
The continuity.
Yes.
There we go.
Sorry, I was too fascinated to hear what she was going to do.
Yeah.
With the boogity boo.
Very, very fair. So. Now we take in one of the girls. Why don't we take the pretty bird?
Pretty birdie.
Pretty birdie.
You were going to call me a pretty princess, weren't you?
No.
Well, you are a pretty princess too.
Hey, how about this? You are the pretty birdie princess pony. Yes, because you're both a pony and a birdie. So
pretty birdie. I'm gonna write this down. Pretty princess birdie pony.
Pretty princess birdie pony.
That's gonna make it an artwork.
Yes.
Say that fast 10 times. I don't think it's gonna.
I was trying to, it failed.
Right.
Pretty birdie princess pony. Pretty birdie princess pony. Yes.
Pretty princess pony. Got it.
If that art ever gets made, can I be so rude to ask for a copy, please?
No, not at all. Send it to you.
Yay! Thank you.
I think we found Sweetie Bloom's true identity. It's the artist that no one asked for.
Yep.
Man, can I tell you, it's probably good for the shipping community that I cannot draw to save my life. Like, there's so many times I'll come up with a ship and people are like, you should draw it. I'm like, no, I really shouldn't. You know, but if I had that skill, you'd all be doomed.
Doomed. Maybe that's the true Halloween terror. I'll just draw Sweetie Blue as an artist. Shit everything!
I think there would be a lot of good stuff coming out too, because, like, of course, you would have drawn all the other normal shipping as well.
Yes, I would also draw the canon ships. You know, it's like, yeah, I ship this too, but also
all the weird stuff.
And now to draw Silver in a dress again.
Yeah,
oh god, I could see her playing with a Silver Quill doll. It's like, time for dress up.
Yeah, but
what's funny is I hated playing with Barbies as a kid, but you know, I'll make an exception.
Yeah, of course it has to be all frilly like the one Applejack had.
Yes, there we go. Yes,
and I have to have, like, instead of a Twilight cane, he can have his own cane.
There we go. Yes.
I don't know. Somehow I feel like she'd also be saying, "I'm a Barbie girl."
No, I'm a pretty girl in a pony world. Life is fantastic. It's that magic.
Oh, nice.
Thank you.
I don't flip it. I just ship it.
There you go. Somebody should write this down.
Right?
That's gonna be your intro on your on your videos from now on.
Yes, do it.
That would have been awesome, but you don't have to, of course. Sorry.
Oh, good. Anyhow, wait, how did the pretty birdie become a pretty birdie?
Yes.
Well, you see, when a griffin and a pony love each other very much.
How you ended up with that type of OC and what made you land and stay with him?
You see, there's a little bit of, and then they get to a little.
Oh,
use your words, man.
What? I did not receive these gifts of a soundbox just to replace them with words. Thank you.
Okay. You gotta remember, you and Pinkie Pie are the only characters that speak sound effect.
Curses. All right. Well, all right. I had been part of the MLP community for a little while, from about 2012, and I was doing my thing with comics and enjoying it very much. It still stunned me when I went to bed and my Silver Quill account on DeviantArt had maybe 100 activity notices, and when I woke up the next morning, there were 1,000. It's like, what happened? It turned out that my artwork had gotten featured on Equestria Daily, and throughout the day, I'm just watching the numbers pile up. It's like, oh my God!
Oh boy, they clipped it. They clipped it. Oh boy.
I'm just trying to picture Silver Quill going, oh my God!
Might want to add more of a host. Oh my God! So I felt a great connection with the community, that I had put forth work and it was being recognized. Like, wow. So I stuck with it, even though for a time I was actually thinking about, it's time to move on. So then comes Magical Mystery Cure. And everybody's angry. Everybody's arguing. And then it dies down for a little bit, and then there's no notice of Equestria Girls, and so it starts arguing again. And that's how it was for 9 months.
Oof.
And by the end, I kept looking around watching review videos, as that was one way I saw how people reacted to an episode or interpreted. And I was like, nobody is just laying out the good and the bad, the possibilities and the possible negatives. So I decided, you know what? You be the change you want to be. I decided I will throw my hat in this reviewer ring. I shall make a video. Huzzah!
Huzzah!
How do I do that?
That's a good question.
Oh yeah, that's the question.
So I was
7
like,
years later, I still don't know.
So I was like, oh, I should probably have it on screen, because I noticed that all the reviewers had a Pony Sona stand-in. But then I was like, wait.
Tweak.
Everybody everybody has a pony sona. If I want anyone to even notice me, senpai, then I need to stand out. I need to catch them unawares. But how?
Dun, dun,
What creature could I be? So I had this book, The Wizard's Bestiary. It's a sort of a dictionary of all these mythical creatures. Magnificent book. And I flipped through the pages, and without any knowledge of Harry Potter, I chanced upon
dun, 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 dun.
a hippogriff.
Did you finally get those trombones to do the intro for you now?
Not yet. Still work. I still got the kazoo chorus.
Okay. Yeah, I hope you get it soon though.
But I flipped through. I thought, this is perfect. I can declare that I'm a part of the community, but I'm also a little atypical. I'm not what you would expect. I'm not really here. So the next test was, okay, it's the cross between a griffin and a horse. Well, at the time, there were only two griffins, Gustave Legrand and Gilda. And I didn't like Gustave's design. Big old pelican face. So I tweaked Gilda. And I think that also from Friends Forever #1, there was a griffin that had a hair feather style very similar to Sliver Quill, and I think that served as some inspiration. So I took a little bit of Gilda, and I took some body type of Big Macintosh. Totally ship. Why not? Don't tell Sugar Bell.
Dun, dun, dun.
And with a little experimentation and feedback from people on the DeviantArt, I created mine Hippogriff. And because I created him to be a little different from the norm, I decided not to update him for the My Little Pony movie look, because that's conformist. And I'm a hipster griff. Gosh darn it.
Yeah.
No, I'm actually so glad you didn't. I mean, it's nothing against the show design or anything, but it wouldn't be Silver Quill anymore, in my opinion. Just
But I must be Silver Quill. I must succeed.
Well,
I still want to see you as a mermaid, though.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
I mean, technically, I did an art piece of him.
Yeah,
she did, and people have actually done some wonderful. But if I were to transform, I would not become a sea pony. No. I have this image in my head of a many tentacled kraken with a Silver Quill's head, cackling.
That would have been adorable.
Cackling that all the sea is his to command. And then you zoom out and you realize that he's about 1/10 the size of Queen Novo. And he's like, reductionist is a bitch! Gets slapped away.
Aw, sorry. For me, that just sounds adorable.
It does sound adorable.
Yes, it does.
Yes.
I will call him Squishy, and he shall be mine, and he shall be my Squishy.
I'm not your calamari! pretty Princess Calamari.
There we go.
Keep him away from Midnight Sonata. She has a theme for octopus sushi.
Yes.
Oh, I love octopus. It's good stuff.
Oh, no!
Especially fried octopus.
Don't eat Silver Quill. We kind of need him alive.
I always thought the Eliora who cooked him. It turns out it was me, Sweetie Blue.
It was her all along. Hide. Run away.
Okay, I have a joke I won't say because it's not safe for Blissy or Chrissy. So.
Blissy or Chrissy. Oh, that's a new one. Awesome. But thank you for sharing, Silver Quill. That was really fun. Sweetie Bloom, do you want to share?
Sure. I, in a way, had sort of the exact opposite thought of Silver. I wanted my OC to not be noticed. I wanted her to blend into the background, to not stand out. That was sort of my thing going in. I didn't want anything super complex or super, standoutish. And there's a word I'm trying to think of, but I can't think of it right now. But in any event, I wanted her to be very standard. I did hem and haw about whether to make, Earth Pony, Unicorn, or Pegasus. But there are a couple things that made me land on Pegasus. I actually really like Pegasi, like pre-MLP, pre me getting into the new generation, I should say. Like I had a whole bunch of like mythical figurines of Pegasi. Was a huge fan. And on top of that, you know, I, like Bliss was saying with one of her alternate OCs, mine was really just going to be like me, but pony, with some things thrown in for wish fulfillment. But, you know, but then we'd heard about Lost Pegasus. We hadn't gone there yet, but we'd heard about it. And because we hadn't gone there, I worried, like, what if I make this OC and I make her like a Earth Pony or a unicorn, and then we find out that Los Pegasus functions the same way Cloudsdale does, you know, and then I was like, I don't want to make a convoluted backstory for why I have an Earth Pony who can walk on clouds. So I was like, yeah, no nuts to it. I'll be a Pegasus. That just makes things easier.
Yeah.
Pink is my favorite color. My eyes are blue. I'm a dirty blonde, but you know what? It's a cartoon. I can be yellow blonde. And my Cutie Mark is there. So the paws for animal care. 3 of them to represent my family, me and my sisters, or my father, my sisters. Kelly green for my Irish heritage, and arranged in the shape of a Mickey Mouse head.
Oh.
So yeah, that's pretty much it though. It was really about toning it down and not making anything, you know, and wish fulfillment being, of course, that she's normal body type. You know, so it was actually far more about not standing out than anything else.
Okay, so yeah, that sounds fair. You wanted something to be included, but also be a representative of yourself.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
Thanks for sharing. But that's
for asking.
That's also a thing that I didn't ask you other guys about. What, like, you probably have noticed, my OC doesn't have a Cutie Mark, but I'm very curious. What does your guys' Cutie Marks mean, and what's the talent that comes with it?
I did my homework, because your guys' turn.
I have rainbows on my butt. I still love that line. Don't know why.
Rainbows make me fart.
No.
I guess in my case, I am a big fan of writing. Everything ultimately comes down to story for me. And so Quill just seemed a natural expression of an adoration of writing and a striving to be a writer. Silver is dual meaning. The first time I really started getting creative was the Sailor Moon fan base. And then in the Digimon fan base, I was known as just Silver. And so therefore, I decided I would also, silver is not quite gold. You know, I'm not quite at the level of writing I want to be, but I'm working towards it. So silver, not gold.
Fair.
Plus, it looks appealing when I go, look at my tush, look at my tush, look at my tush, look at my tush.
So, okay. Did you have any special meaning or talent that comes with it, Lightning Bliss?
Sir, I survive Lightning Bliss's attacks. That is my special skill.
I think she was extending the question to Bliss.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, what was the question? I'm sorry.
Your Cutie Mark is obviously a heart that has rainbows, but it has also some kind of black line. So it's
a lightning bolt. Lightning bolt.
Okay, but does it have any meaning, or is it?
Her Cutie Mark, I admit, it has a lot of meanings. Originally, when I was designing it, I wanted something to kind of match the name, as well as the color of rainbows and whatnot. But then I realized, okay, this symbol has a lot of abbreviations. It could really mean anything. Well, at least just from my perspective. I felt like I had a lot of love of other talents that I do have. So, I mean, okay. I love to sing. I wouldn't say I'm talented in singing, but I love to sing. I love to do artwork. Am I that talented in artwork? I don't know. That remains to be seen.
Let me answer that question for you right now.
I love to do editing. Still trying to perfect it. I love hanging out with my friends and playing games and being with family and watching movies. And I also have a spontaneous creative spurts. Hits the lightning bolt because for being spontaneous. But I also made it a black lightning bolt because I wanted it to represent something that's I've been through. I wanted it to represent the fact that yes, I do have some rough times in my past and within my personality as well. Hits Thunderblight, if anybody knows of her alter ego.
Yeah, I think I've seen the art, and you mentioned talking about her in your videos, but I don't know very much about her.
She's basically well, I need to make this completely and totally clear that it is Bliss. It's just what would happen if she became Nightmare Moon, I guess, but instead it's Thunderblade. And it's when her anger gets the better of her and then she just transforms into a much darker Alicorn in this case. But she kind of represents a personality trait that I do not like about myself, and that is wrath. But I'm surprised that people actually enjoy her and like to see her pop in now and again.
Well, it shows that you're a three-dimensional character.
I guess.
Because one thing I see with many Alicorn OCs is that they do it to be OP and don't have any flaws. But the one thing I see that you have done, and one of the reasons why I really like your OC, is that you have actually made it a three-dimensional character. You are not overpowerful. You are someone who's actually in your backstory, accidentally turned into one, and you're trying now to just live with the fact that that happened. And that's something I really admire.
Thank you. It's nice to hear that. But I'll be completely honest with you. I'm still trying to figure out what her Cutie Mark actually officially does mean.
Okay.
But if I had to wager a guess, it would be she likes making others happy and she likes to serve, and she does this through multiple different ways. So hence why I honestly thought having a rainbow heart to represent her representation of love of many things, and her interests and the amount of friends that she has or makes over time, and the fact that she's spontaneous and energetic and just random spurts of magical energy at now and again hits the magic lessons.
Yeah, those are fun. Those are fun.
Yes. I do plan to get back into those soon. Hopefully after I'm done with TF2 Red versus Blue.
Yeah, because the most important thing, all of you analyzing or creator makers out there on YouTube, Twitch, or wherever you are, the most important thing you can ever do for your fans is to take care of yourself. Content will come when it comes. The most important thing is that you're alive and you're well. So please do take care. So,
even though I need to get the next video done. Oh my god.
Man.
And this is why it's always good to have a Sliver Quill in the chat, because he will always make sure that the empty space is not empty anymore.
Very true. So I will say, I realized I did forget to mention the origin of my so frustrating name for everybody.
Ooh,
It is a combination of Sweetie Belle and Apple Bloom, but my favorite episode at the time of creating my OC was Sister Hooves Social. And I have two older sisters, and one of them is very much like Applejack, and one of them is very much like Rarity. And I was watching that episode, and I'm like, man, those are like this is absolutely about my sisters.
Oh.
And I go like, so I guess that makes me a combination of Sweetie Belle and Apple Bloom. So my name basically just means little sister.
Oh, that's sweet.
So it's not a ship.
Are you sure? You ship everything else.
One of the rules I have is avoiding shipping minors.
Yeah, and inbreeding.
What
if it's a fusion dance? You know, just picture two going,
but
huge.
Well, they wouldn't look anything like me.
That's not shipping though. That's fusion. Fusion is something else.
Tell that to the Goku Vegeta shippers.
Everybody, as Celestia says, there's no wrong way to fantasize.
There's no wrong way to fantasize.
As long as you don't do it and make people do what you fantasize, then it's wrong. Then it's not fantasy anymore.
Yeah.
Then it's bad pony. Or whatever OC creature you have. So,
whatever it may be.
Yes. Yeah. What form you might choose to take.
This isn't even my final form.
Well, as long as you don't go the super power rainbow, the final form of the main 6, I think I'm happy. That was a bit too much for my taste.
A little bit.
Yeah. Like, it can, if the mains weren't that long, maybe it could have worked for me, but...
Yeah, when I first saw the forms, I'm like, they're not that bad, and then they showed up in the show, and the mains are like twice the size of the bodies, and like,
I'm very sorry to say this, but I see that my clock actually hit 1 a.m., which means we have been streaming for 2 hours.
Gracious.
Oh, heavens.
Yes. I had a blast streaming with you guys and hope maybe sometimes in future we can do this again. But I know like Blissy is having a very tight schedule. So I wanted to let her know if she needs to go, she can go. But if you guys still want to continue streaming for an hour more, if you want to, I'm still up for it. I'm still awake. I'm not sleepy. So
I'm not sleepy.
Sounds like it's late for you.
Well,
yes, it's late for you.
It's 1 hour past midnight. I'm in Norway, remember?
Yes, we've been giving Colin, drinking buddy, a hard time about staying up late. How you doing that?
But I have normal sleeping schedule most of the time, and I have had 8 hours of sleep yesterday, so that's okay.
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
Natta. God natten. Ja, flotte. Sorry, Norwegian going baluki. Flotte.
No worries. But yes. But I regardless, I think maybe sleep is good for you.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fall asleep until 3 a.m. anyway, so.
But then if we stay on, you might not sleep until 4 a.m. You see the vicious cycle.
Exactly.
No, I don't. No. Not at all.
It's a vicious cycle.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Unfortunately, I have to turn my focus to finishing a comic before the finale of Pony Life tomorrow. I do these Pinkie Pie Says Goodnight comics.
Ah, that's cute.
It's part of a tradition.
Sorry.
Tradition.
Okay. Before anything else goes haywire and we end up talking another hour, thank you so much, all of you, for coming. If you guys want to say your goodbyes or chalabais or whatever you say, feel free.
Oh, well,
pretty Princess Birdie's first.
3, 2, 1.
Yes, pretty Princess Pony on 3. 1, 2, 3. Pretty
Princess Pony.
Well, isn't it Pretty Birdie Princess Pony?
Pretty Birdie Princess Pony.
Yes.
Pretty Birdie Princess Pony.
Right.
Pretty Birdie Princess Pony.
Pretty Birdie Princess Pony.
Pretty Birdie Pony.
Canadian Blissy.
No, I think Pretty Birdie Princess Pony has taken the cake this time. I'm very sorry. Yeah.
Pretty Birdie Princess Pony. Pretty Birdie Princess Pony.
But okay, so for this stream, you guys was delivered Pretty Birdie Princess Pony, aka Sliver Quill. We have the fandoms analyzing and famous bronies Mommy Sweetie Bloom, and we have the Canadian Lightning Bliss, who always gets Everybody else got a secret identity. Now you got your
secretly Canadian.
Technically, I did make a Pretty Birdie Princess Pony. His name was Mary Quill.
I see.
Yes, tripping it.
Fusion.
So is that a fusion of you and Sliver Quill? Is a fusion of him and someone else?
Mary Sue.
Mary Sue. I will post that right here. If it'll load. Loading. Oh, there it is. Look at that. Oh, he's such a pretty Princess Birdie Pony.
Pretty birdie princess pony. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna throw this photo up on the stream, and
it's beautiful.
Yes, it's very pretty. It's very pretty, just like the pretty birdie princess pony.
It's a pretty pony.
It's a pretty pony. It's so cute. Oh my gosh.
Like, oh my god.
Oh my gosh. It's so pretty. So.
Oh my god, I'm having the biggest freak out ever.
And it's such an amazing freak out, I cannot even. Or something.
And Blissy doubts her artistic skill.
Right.
Yeah, this is awesome. I know if I ever need or are gonna get a vector for my pony, it's either gonna be from you, Sliver Quill, or from Lightning Bliss. So, okay, thank you so much again for coming, and thank you to everybody who stopped by, and Fiora for dropping 18 people to the stream. Thank you so very much.
Marvelous.
I love you all. Stay safe, stay kind, stay brownie. Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.